welcome to my channel. I've got some large sheets of straw paper here, and a few weeks ago Rachel at Roxy Creations, she made out of her straw paper bags, she made some journals, little journal notebooks. I'm going to make a bag out of this and do a kind of mini journal with it. So to start off with, I need to fold it up and fold it down to get it to a good, doesn't really matter where the join comes, to be truthful. We're going to be covering that anyway. And I just want to take it just a little way over. I think that's about right, and I think it's straight. How much is that come over? Yes, both ends. Yes. So I'm going to put some glue down this edge. And down this edge. Like that. I didn't get a new baby wipe out. Here we go. And as usual, I'm going to put my ruler in just to make sure that I'm not getting any glue and sticking it to the cover, because I do want the sides open. Now this is quite large when you fold it in half like that. So what I want to do is make a pocket, kind of an envelope pocket, so that this comes out at just over 6¼ inches, roughly here. One, two, three, four, five, 6. About there, I think. So I'm going to fold this in. Like that, and do the same the other side. Fold this in. There. So the journal is going to be this kind of size. The height is 5¾ inches. So, and I've also got a signature that I have put together here. But before we get around to putting this in, I've used a variety of odds and ends of papers I've got sitting on my desk that I've cut down. There's some lovely gold Florentine paper. I love that. There's all sorts of kits in here. There's Graphics Fairy, there's Raindrop Lila, there's Roxy Creations. Who else is there? Ruby and Pearl, Sam Paul, I think. And then there's some vintage paper in here as well. I've got a vintage ledger, tea-dye paper, and some music paper. And then this is, when I put it out to dry with the stencil on, this kind of broke up. It broke down the two lots of kind of dyeing, broke down the paper. So I've just taken it off round that edge. I've inked the pages as well. So this should now fit in here quite snugly, like this. What I need to do though is turn this piece into an envelope. So get my, whoops, sorry, little scissors and cut down gluey things on it. Cut down either side. And then there. I'm going to fold this back on itself. I'm hoping this is going to work. And get my cutter, and I don't cut the flap off. No, I've managed to keep the flap. And then I'm just going to cut down. Whoops! Oh dear, I'm dropping everything. Don't know if you can see, I'm then taking this side so it is roughly even. So that I now have a nice sort of envelope pocket here. I'll just go and do that side. I've done the other side of the envelope and I've also inked everywhere. Now I want to do the inside, and for that I've cut two pieces already, but I'm using the ledger papers from J'adore de Francais, something like that. I will put the link below. They are really useful pages to have. And I've taken these two. They're not the same. Mind you, they look like they kind of go together, but they actually didn't. And they came from two separate pieces of paper. And I'm going to glue them onto there. So they are all down. Then I have some Tim Holtz, his ledger linen paper, linen tape washi. I thought I could reinforce the spine with this. And for this I will be putting down some extra glue. I always do when I'm doing the spine, just to reinforce it, especially when you're using paper as your cover rather than thicker card. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now I'll let that dry. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to leave them the same colour. I need to put something on there, and I have these pieces left. I'm thinking I might just do this onto here. I realised that I'd not put the recording on, press the record button, and I'd done both these sides. I did do that one off camera, then I was supposed to press the record button to show you how I do that one. It's really simple. I just put this piece of paper in there, I draw around it, cut it out, and then just trim it down lightly. Usually slivers come off of it, just to cover an envelope flap. I'm going to leave them, and I have no idea what I'm putting in there yet. So the next thing to do is to sew in the pages. The signature is now all sewn in, and what I want to do now is the front and the back cover, which is going to be pretty straightforward. I've cut out a piece already to go here for the front, and then I have this piece here to go on the back. Kept that quite simple, so I'll do that now. That's all done, so that's quite straightforward. Now I've got a piece of this that I cut off a bigger piece that I brought back from Dubai, and I was thinking I could, hence why I've left a bit of a gap, I wasn't too worried, put this onto here like this. So I just need to glue that down, and then I've got I'll show you, I printed onto, I don't know if you can see, onto acetate. It was a bit of an experiment, never printed before, but you print on the funny sticky side. So I've given that a go. So what I want to do first is now put this down, and I'm using my block or your Fabri-Tac. Sorry about that, I was going to fast forward it kind of thing while I was gluing, but Mark's radio came on, so I had to stop the video and go and turn that off. Anyway, I've put that on. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll trim it down a bit. I will leave some overhanging. Now on the front, that I want to put this, and all I'm going to do is clip it to the front using one of these little Tim Holtz clips like that. I'm just going to keep it simple like that. I thought that was quite effective. And then inside here, as I've got this here, I thought I would put some vintage items. Now I've got a few pieces here. I like this from, I think it was about 1940 something, because it's from the States going to the British zone in Germany after the war. So I thought that was quite interesting. I love the inside of it. It's got the eagle on. So I'm going to put that here. It just about fits. And then I have this from France, and I can't see. Oh, 1901. 7th of May 1901. But it's very fragile. But I like that there as well. I have this piece from an old Spanish book here as well, and I just thought a pop of red goes with that, and I like the way it was but I'm going to have it so that this is like this, so you can see I'm layering it up. Then I've got this from France, a prayer card, but I don't quite like the way it goes. So I have this of the Last Supper from Milano, a vintage photo. So I'm going to clip that, I think, underneath here. It might need to go along a bit. Oops, I've taken it all off, I didn't mean to. There. And then this can go to there. It's all about the layers when you're trying to do something like this. Putting the layers on. I'll put that there and then I'll go and put the other one back. I like that. Then that does go over, or it can go under if you want to. I'll go and put this one back. I really like this with the transparency on the front. There. So I think I'm going to leave the video there. I think I'll be putting these in somewhere. Or maybe I'll put that in like that. Turn that up. Put it on a page. That's quite nice. It is a sort of supposed to be Parisian Victorian ladies. This came from Raindrop Lila's kit, by the way, of her Parisian journal. So did all of these pieces. But she's also got Parisian ladies and pages, and when I come up next, I'll show you. I've put them as I've shrunk them all down, but I think I'll make the ephemera in the next video for it. So I'll see you all again soon. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.